Hello everyone, it's Lilis Suriani. I'm from the English Literature Study Program at Pamela University, and I'm here to share about the result of my analysis about the story. The title is Crazy Rich Asian. Actually, this is not a short story, but this is a novel, and I try to challenge myself to analyze those because I have to read 40 and 200 pages, and that's not easy, by the way. I'm also crazy thinking to analyze those, but let it be. Well, without further ado, let's get started. Are you ready? 3, 2, 1. The author in the story is Kevin Kwan. Kevin Kwan is a Singaporean novelist and writer. He wrote the story Crazy Rich Asian in 2013 as international best-selling novel that has been translated more than 30 languages. Good job, Kevin Kwan. Good job. Give me a plus for him. Well, the next slide is narrative elements. The first one is setting. Setting is where and when the story happened. Something like where is this taken place? As we know, place is a particular position, right? In general, there's two place and this story. The first one is America. Why in America? Because we know Rahel raised up in America and Nick also studied in America. When Nick asked Rahel to accompany him to go to the Singapore, both are still in America. The second place is Singapore. That why in Singapore? Because we know Rahel when meet with Nick's family and Nick's friend, it was happen in Singapore. The second is time. Summer. The best vacation in Asia, I think, when it is summer, because there's so many people and tourists in this world want to spending their time or to go to around to the beaches, villages, and so on, whatever. Well, character is who played in a story and usually have different attitudes based on their characterizations. The first one is Rahel Shu. Rahel Shu is Nick's girlfriend. She college at Stanford in California and being a professor of economic development. She is 20 years old. She is a smart woman. She is Asian but a Chinese woman but raised up in America. The second character is Nick Young. Nick Young is Rahel's boyfriend. He went to college at Oxford University, and his family is crazy rich in ASEAN. He's a Chinese man. The next is Astrid Long. She is a fashionable woman. She is Nick's cousin. She is also well beauty known in Asia, all around in Asia, and she has unhappy family. That's so sad. The next character is Eleanor. Eleanor is Nick's mother. She is an arrogant woman and she rejects Rahel very much. Rahel seriously. Carrie is Rahel's mother and being single parent since Rahel 6 months. She is caring mother and responsible woman. Well, let's begin. We got it. Plot is main sequence or main structure of the story from the beginning until the end. We includes so many conflict in it. So let's start it. Introduction is when Nick asked Rahel to accompany him to go to the Singapore for his friend's wedding, also to meet his parents. Rahel, I love it if you came. Something like that. He begging to Rahel to come to the Singapore. The next slide is rising action. It includes series of events that lead to conflict. Before conflict, I mean. It was the curiosity of Nick's family to Rahel. Maybe they do some gossips to Rahel's earlier. I think she is Taiwanese woman. No, 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 blah, 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 something like that. Gossip. That's gossip. And conflict, yeah. Conflict is a serious disagreement or argument between individuals arising out of difference in thought, attitudes, understanding, and interest. There's so many conflict in the story. The first one is between Astrid versus Michael. I mean her husband. The next is Rahel versus herself and versus Nick's family. Why? When she got a shock culture, I mean the shock, culture shock when Nick's family asked her privacy. Also when Rahel was examined by Nick's family. The the next one is, we got it guys. This is what we're waiting for, this climax. Climax is the highest point of the conflict in the story. This is the most important. The climax is Nick versus her mother. When her mother said, she's just not suitable for you. You have no idea. If you marry her, you will be running all your lives. Make her your mistress if you need to, but for heaven's sake, don't throw away your entire future by marrying her. Oh my god. She maybe got upset to her son, beloved son. Yes, Rahel. The second is Rahel versus Nick's family. When Nick's family noticed about her real father, who's still alive, was indeed, and that and that's so embraced earlier. Rahel, you can stop pretending, lah. I know all about your father, and that's pure. Alas, Rahel. The second is Rahel versus Carrie. When she said, no, no, don't have. Carrie pleaded, you're a liar, a kidnapper, and she is too rude. She's too rude to her mother, because that's normal if she acted like that, because she didn't notice that her father wasn't dead, and she considered her mother lied to her. And the next is Rahel versus Nick. When Rahel decided to go to the China to dig up some information to her father, who is still in prison, Zhou Kuan, and she decides to jump with Nick. The following action is Nick brought her mother Carrie to Singapore to explain all of the problems, also all of the background of her family. And we are waiting for that, right? Resolution is act of resolving something problem. And this quotation, guys, show that Rahel begging her mother forgiveness, and she want to ask apologizing of her mother, because she realized that her mother currently suffering for a few years for her. She decided to hiding all of the background of her family to let Rahel live with her, not her family in mainland China. As we know, mother will do anything for her child, right? Especially in the story, same as in the story. Well, guys, next about the theme, there are three themes. I think there are three themes in this story. The first one is wealthy. What is about wealthy? Because we noticed that all of the Nick's family talk about the money, and about the wealthy and background of family. The second is pure love. Why is pure love? Because we know between Rahel and Nick, we found about the pure love in it. Also about between Michael and Astrid. The last is social culture. What is social culture? I mean when the serious problem in this story talk about the background of family. Well, issue issue is main problem that many argued in this story. The first one is culture shock. We can notice about the American and China versus China. There's a lot of challenge. There's a lot of culture shock in it, right? And the second is identity or background of social class. We know the bigs or the big or the serious problem a whole in the story from the beginning until the end, uh, put in the background of Rahel's family, of background, right? So in this case, I think the serious problem from the beginning of the story until the end that caused many arguments is all about Rahel's background of family. Well, I think in the story, uh, it doesn't matter how high key your education, but the most important is your background of family, about wealthy of family, about the own name of family that proof in Asia. I mean, especially in Chinese, right? So the quote of Crazy Rich Asian: "We are all Chinese. Just because some people actually work for their man doesn't mean they are beneath you." Page 3031 by Nick Young. Well, those my analysis about this. Sorry, I think this is a long analysis presentation. I apologize for that. And thanks a lot.